Okay, here it is. Welcome in. My name is Harrison Kitchen. I'm sat here beside my co-host and Kyle Maston,
Hello, hello.
and we're here to bring you the long-awaited United Takes of America podcast, episode 1.
Today, guys, we are going to get into March Madness, give our little reviews and thoughts of the teams that are in it, as well as our thoughts on a viral video coming out this week of Zach Edey. My co-host here, Harrison Kitchen, will get into Mascot Madness, the bracket of the century. That will take the normal March Madness bracket by storm here shortly. We'll get into a little women's March Madness. We'll get into a little NFL news, a little just college news in general. And then we'll get into our segments. We'll have Dude's Rock of the week. We'll have one question with a stranger on the street.
Banger.
We'll go into an NBA trivia game where I will be quizzing Harrison this week. He'll be quizzing me next week. And then we'll get into the first ever UTAP MVP and LVP.
Huge.
So let's get into it.
Right into the intro. All right, let's get into it. Start off our current events, Kyle. What are your thoughts on what we're working with so far here in March Madness?
So, UConn was my lock of the century to make it there. So good. I mean, it is like varsity JV, blowing every team out by 30. Alabama was kind of a shocker. I'm a UK guy, so it just hurts seeing them go far because I remember when we blew them out by 30. So that hurts, but they're a great team. They got a great point guard. Now, as far as Purdue, I am not one of those Purdue haters out there. I'm glad they're coming back.
Okay.
I'm glad they're making a Virginia type run
They are.
after losing to a 16 seed last year. And
Have you heard? You've seen all this Zach Edey things, correct?
so I saw the video, but
Which one?
it was
That's the crazy part. The crazy part is it's not one video. I think if you have, for those who don't know, two videos surfaced this week of Purdue center Zach Edey. One being at a party, up in a hallway of a party, and he is led or leads into a room with a female.
Can I defend Zach Edey on this?
Please.
That was a dark and shaky video. That could have been anyone. That could have been any 7'5", 300-pound guy. That could have been anybody.
It could. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume it was Zach.
For the sake of our conversation.
For the sake of the
assume
conversation.
it's him.
For the sake of the convo. That's if you already have one video surface in 1 week, that's just a horny moment. That's already a lot of horny.
Yes.
And that was not the end for Zach Edey. Right after the Tennessee win, the team was celebrating on the court, and a teammate of Zach Edey pans over to Zach, where he exclaims, "I got a boner."
The crazy thing about this video, this is not like, hey, we're in the locker room, this guy's recording, he doesn't see it. He sees his teammates recording
And drops.
and just looks right at it and says it.
I got a
That's bonk-worthy. That's crazy.
But I got to give it to him ever since he's been on this horny run, if you will. He's kind of been playing his best ball.
Yeah.
You know, some football coaches say you should play a little angry. Our old running coach used to say you should play a little hungry, run a little hungry. What are your thoughts on just, maybe playing a little horny? Does it help your game? Hurt it?
Bengals legend Chad Ochocinco said he used to take Viagra before games. They already hate guarding Zach Edey.
Dude,
How much did you hate guarding him?
do not let this
If you're just getting
Viagra.
every time he does a little spin move.
Draft stock boosted by 1,000.
But a little thing I want to get into on Zach Edey. I have a mini rant
Okay,
to go on.
go crazy.
I am not, as I said before, I'm not a Purdue hater. But I'm not like a lover of Purdue. They're not my team. I don't get the hate. All I see on Twitter is that they act like Zach Edey's the next dictator. They act like he's the worst thing to ever happen. I don't get it. They scream he gets all these foul calls
That's fair.
because he gets fouled.
That's extremely
If
fair.
you watch the game, they could call a foul every play. He gets murdered. Like I actually really, really watched the Tennessee game,
Mhm.
and I was more screaming at the TV like, "Oh my gosh, they're holding on to him. Why are they not going foul?" Than, "Oh my god, he gets every call."
Right, it was ridiculous.
And the talk about the 3 seconds is just lazy. If you watch the game, he resets every single time. Every single time he gets out of the paint. Like, I'm sure you could pivot one point where he's in the middle of a shot and maybe it goes a past three, but that's just lazy. He does not get. He's not like Harden, who people hate for like drawing fouls and playing into the fouls and flopping fouls. He just gets fouled a lot. So
So you think there's no problem with the amount of fouls that this man is getting?
then that's on the other team. They should stop fouling him every play. So people are just mad because he's so good and so big that
It's too many. It's too many fouls.
the other team has to foul him every time. That's not his fault.
And I think that's me as a not a hater, but one of people who would be on that side. I'm just tired of watching free throws.
And I get that, but that's you can argue to the other team that's not his fault that he
So
gets fouled a ton and he doesn't take 3 second calls. So I just don't get the hate. I love the old. That's the best part about college basketball is it's not the NBA.
here's my take on this. Let's pick up the rule that my first grade church basketball league did. And anytime we're getting fouled at the line where you need to go shoot free throws, don't shoot free throws, just give them the points.
Here's the thing. I hate that. I hate that.
I love it. No more free throws. I'm tired of watching this. It's a church
But
league.
then it just
I'm
ruins,
worshiping in more way than one because I don't have to watch 20 minutes extra of free throws.
it ruins comebacks though. Because the whole point of coming back is you foul them so they miss free throws. If they just get a point every time,
It rules.
I'm not sure about that one, but maybe we'll see.
We'll see.
Maybe it would stop. But my final point is on make. I don't get the Zach Edey hate. If you hate Zach Edey, then you're either not a true basketball fan or you're just being lazy. Because
So Purdue national championship.
no, I don't think anybody.
I don't think
beats
UConn wins another game by less than 20.
I agree. I 100% agree.
I think they're unstoppable.
I'm so excited for their game against NC State though. And DJ Burns and Zach Edey is college Yao Ming and Shaq. It is college Yao Ming and Shaq.
It'll be unreal.
He's not going to be able to back him down like everybody else.
And you saw the stat that I'm sure the world has seen of the round of 64 points scored totals leading to the championship, right?
Oh, everyone's been odd.
Every
Yes,
odd number.
yes.
If you scored your final amount of points in the first round,
You
the round of
count as odd.
64 being an odd number, those are the 15 of the last 16 national champions. Alabama and UConn, odd, both on the other side even. So whoever wins this game, confirmed national champion.
That's really a crazy stat. And I agree. I think it does come out of there. So I think the stat holds up.
Stat holds up.
Stat holds up.
What about if we march over to the women's side? What do we think of there?
As I can say, I've not really a huge fan of the women's game, as I think a lot is, but I bet you I could name more women's players than the average person.
Okay.
I think I
How
could.
many can you name?
Caitlin Clark,
Okay.
Angel Reese, Haley Van Lith,
Okay.
Micaiah Williams, Flau'jae Johnson. It helps I just watched the game, so
And you've already passed me.
so I knew him. Cameron Brink from Stanford,
I think I know the big three.
Juju, Paige Beckers.
Juju.
Juju, she's from USC. She's good.
We need to watch some Juju film.
See, so I kind of telling on myself that I know a little. It does help. I just watched the game, so I learned a lot of the LSU players just from watching the game. But Caitlin Clark is really good. That's all I really got.
That's the only note I think of the world need, and it's just so true. I think I saw something today that like that LSU Iowa game had more views than any like NBA regular season.
12 million.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's never happened before. Caitlin is him.
Yes.
She's him. It's as simple as that.
She should go to the Pistons.
She's going to the big three.
Yes, she should go to the big three.
We didn't even have this on our notes.
Check the blog. United Takes America blog. Harrison wrote a great blog about Caitlin Clark getting offered $5 million,
which
to
is
go to the
5
big
times,
three.
probably more. Probably more than 5 times what she's going to make in the WNBA. But she can do better.
Way more.
Way more.
Yeah. Last thing we'll say, the women's. The whole Angel Reese thing is if you're going to be the villain,
You got to be the villain.
you got to be the villain. You can't be the villain and then be woe is me. One of my favorite NBA villains, Trae Young. He doesn't go woe is me. To his credit, he loves being the villain. I love villains sometimes, but if you're going to be the villain, You got to be the villain the whole way out. You can't do woe is me after the villain loses because nobody is sad when the villain loses. Everybody's happy when the villain loses. So
I have one more question here on the
yes,
women's side.
yes.
Um, right now, you go into a half court setting. You have to play against Caitlin Clark. First one to 21 points. It's not make and take it. What's the final score?
I'm winning 21 to 12.
What?
I think.
What's your game? Are you just banging down low?
I'm a three level scorer. I'm giving it to her from three, from mid range, in the post. She cannot guard me in the post. But she is great. So I'm not she would score on me. She would for sure score on me.
I don't think she's.
See, I played basketball with you. I think she'd get a bucket at
Okay,
least.
I'll give it. It'd be a game.
It'd be a game. I'd love to see it. I'd sit front row. I'd be on the edge of my seat.
Let's make it happen. Open offer to Caitlin Clark. Offer extended. We give you permission to come play both of us 1v1.
UTAP, you're invited on the pod.
Yep.
And free shirt as well.
Free shirt.
If you come along. Free shirt.
Signed by
if you win.
Signed by if you win.
If you win.
Signed by me and Kyle. The balls are on your court.
Yep. And if we win, you owe us a signed jersey. And we'll hang it up right here.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
It's locked
All right. Locked
cool.
in.
One more thing on March Madness is the sweet world of mascot madness that I've created. I'm not going to go through this entire bracket because it's simply too much, but I want to explain what it is and give you where we're at in the bracket currently. So what mascot madness is it's different from your normal March Madness in the sense that you take every school you have in your normal layout of the bracket, and you're switching the school name with the literal version of their school mascot. So Tennessee, the number 2 seed, that's obviously just going to be the Volunteers. And the twist of it is the 2, that's normally their seed, is now just the quantity of their mascots that they're going to be putting in a fight against their opposer. So 2 Volunteers, if they're going against last round, 1 Boilermaker. So that's just one, blue collar dude going off against 2 dudes who just said, "Hey,
has a
I
weapon
volunteer."
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. And then just 2 volunteers, just 2 guys who are like, "Hey, I want to be a part of this. I volunteer." So that's the gist of what Mascot Madness is. So where we're left in the final 4, we have UConn, 1 Husky,
An elephant for the.
nope, Crimson Tide.
So we're not counting the elephant. It's just the color.
It's the Crimson Tide. You go there literal. What is their mascot name? So, question number 1: is there a difference between a crimson and just a regular tide?
Okay.
I think no.
I think no as well.
So then, just 4 tides. Could they take down a husky? I think tides are short-lived.
Yeah.
I think huskies can swim.
I'm not scared of a tide.
No.
But I'm not that scared of a husky. They're usually pretty.
I think I could snap a husky.
True.
If need be.
Well, are we talking tides by the sand? Or are we talking like you're out in the.
Also a phenomenal.
Out
I'll give them the
middle of
benefit
the
of the doubt.
ocean.
Let's do a big tide. Does it change your answer?
Yeah, I'd probably switch the tide.
To the tide, it just drowns.
I think it just drowns if they just keep coming.
But there's 4. That's it. 'Cause that's their seed, right?
So it's really just could the husky survive?
4
4
Crimson Tides.
4 Crimson Tides.
They make it through those 4, they're good.
Oh man.
Yeah, they're dead. There's no more tides.
I think I'm going. If these are like good sized tides, I'm going to go tides.
Give me husky.
Okay. All right.
Other side.
1
Boilermaker.
1 Wolfpack.
Isn't there like 11? What seed are they?
They're an 11th seed. Yeah.
11 wolf packs? Not even
wolves.
11
packs of wolves.
I looked it up. A wolf pack consists, I think, of 4 to 6 wolves.
Yeah, it's wolf packs.
It's simply too many wolves.
And wolf pack beats either of the husky or the.
Yeah, it's kind of a cheat code giving yourself a plural mascot.
Yeah, very, very OP.
So give me the 44 minimum wolves and that 11 wolf packs to win it all.
So we have a same national champion.
Yeah, NC State.
All right, NC State.
Congratulations. Thank you, man.
Hang the banner. Mascot Madness winner.
Yep,
First annual.
I like it. Anything else here?
No, good.
You want to read an ad?
Yeah, let's go to an ad read. UTAP listeners, do you like money? Would you like to have more money than all your wildest dreams? Would you like to just walk into a dealership, point to a car, and buy it? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then Hard Rock Casino is for you. 99% of gamblers quit before their big win. That is a scientific fact. So be a one percenter and get rich at Hard Rock Casino. This data used earlier is not a scientific fact. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Okay, breaking news. This is a live reaction. Malachi Flynn has just scored 50 points for the Detroit Pistons.
And a loss.
And a loss.
And an 8-point loss to the
I don't think that matters, right?
Malachi Flynn went off for 50 points, the second most in NBA history off the bench.
That's unreal. Okay. There's also nobody playing on the Pistons tonight.
Yeah, this is bad.
Starters were
He came off the bench when he played the most minutes.
Marcus Sasser, Jaden Ivey, Troy Brown. Who is?
The second leading scorer was a tie with Sasser and Duran for 11.
This is on.
Oh my goodness.
Who is Tosan Evil Bawan?
He had 9
Started.
points in 31 minutes.
And a start.
Troy Brown had 6. James Wiseman had 9. Evan Fournier had 0.
What would have happened if they started Malachi Flynn?
Let's look at the Hawks.
This is
Jalen Johnson, DeAndre Hunter, and DeAndre Murray went off.
DeJounte was probably guarding him. No? I hope not, because that's embarrassing.
Oh my God.
I thought he was a good defender.
Malachi Flynn.
Malachi Flynn.
Career high night.
Career high. Congrats.
Congrats. Man who once dropped 73 at the Pro-Am, crossover Pro-Am, now dropping 50 in the NBA. Wow.
Full circle moment.
Straight bucket getter. Next Jamal Crawford?
Could be.
Could be.
Or better.
Or better.
This is coming of
Early
age.
into his career. Yep.
Congratulations,
Malachi Flynn, also open invite.
Open
If you want to come and talk about your recent 50-point game, we'd love to have you on. All right, we're back. Quickly, we're going to get into some not total NFL news. We'll save that for when the season's coming closer. But there was a big news today as the Houston Texans acquired Stephon Diggs from the Buffalo Bills today.
Absolute Shefty bomb, if you will.
Huge. I saw this morning. First thing I did was text you about losing my mind. Like, can't believe this. We got to include it on the pod today. So, yeah, we just kind of talk a little bit. First thing I want to add is how crazy is this Houston Texans overhaul?
It's so crazy.
How different is their offense right now? They have Stroud, Mixon, Dalton Schultz, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Diggs.
Stupid.
I mean, from 2 years ago, from the Mills. And I was going to include this in our MVP, but I decided against it. So this is kind of a honorable mention.
Oh.
Lovie Smith should have a statue.
Build a statue.
Outside NRG Stadium for the Texans. If he does not win that meaningless game that they wanted him to lose on purpose, that he did just to spite them, to get the second overall pick and take CJ Stroud.
He gets Bryce right now.
They get Bryce Young, and who knows what happens.
Yeah, they're nasty. We're both Cincinnati guys. The Joe Mixon one was huge. It hurt us. Are you scared?
Yes. They're good.
I think they're good. I don't know if this is a hot take, but I think Stephon Diggs might be washed.
I think he's mini washed.
Mini washed.
Like you cleaned him in the sink, but not in the dishwasher. That makes sense.
I saw
he's that level of washed.
Someone on Twitter said this is like the NBA comparison of current day Bradley Beal being traded in the Thunder. I think that's extremely accurate.
Yeah, I think that is too.
Of slightly washed, but still usable. I don't know.
He's gonna be good.
He's gonna be good. They gotta be top couple in the AFC. You think they're hanging with the Chiefs though?
I think the Chiefs are gonna have a down year. They got rid of Snead, Rashid Rice.
We also sent Irv Smith to Kansas City to do some insider work.
Yeah.
Break them apart from the inside.
I'm not worried about him. Rashid Rice. Joined
nice guy.
Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs 2.0. Um, so I think it's crazy that they were tanking 2 years ago, and I would not be surprised at all if they are in the AFC Championship this year.
On the flippity flop, the Bills are in shambles. Wide receiver one is who? Khalil?
Yeah.
They don't have Gabe, right?
Dalton Kincaid, fantasy owners, buy
Five.
stock, throw everything, get Dalton Kincaid in your fantasy team this year. I think he's going to be
That poor team.
a beast.
Free Josh Allen.
Yeah. The Chargers and Bills having a
Yeah.
just a how can we screw up our quarterback more off right now?
It'd be a great game. I want to see it.
I want to see it
Just the
too.
quarterback off. They just take turns scrambling and running and then throwing an 80-yard bomb to grass.
I love it. It's my kind of ball.
My kind of ball.
It's my kind of ball.
Other news, back into the college basketball world. Bronny James has declared that he will be transferring from USC and entering the draft portal. This is my take on all of this. I think he shouldn't do any of this. He just needs to go into the NBA draft. Um, we've heard all this talk about LeBron James just wants to play with his son. We've never seen anything like this before, in the sense that, even though he sucks, because I think he does, maybe not sucks, but he's not good, he still, I would think, would be a surefire first round pick because you're getting LeBron James on your team. He's just going to follow this one.
I don't think he gets drafted.
Really?
I
If
think
he
it's
entered right
weird.
now, he's going undrafted. You don't think like a top contender who doesn't need any young pieces, they're just looking for that final piece, just gets him and they're like, okay, now this is leverage to bring in
I think
this guy, LeBron
I think
James.
he said that, but I don't think like that they still have to make a trade work. They
He's a free agent, isn't he?
Oh, you mean
I
okay,
think
I
his
get
free
yeah, I
agency
get what you're
lines
saying.
up.
I don't know.
I think if LeBron was like, I want to play with my daughter in the NBA, and she announced that she had eligibility, I would draft her. Um, I'm a Thunder fan. I would say draft Zuri James right now, if it means we get a year of LeBron.
Yeah, I would I when I say he wouldn't get drafted, I think a team would pick him up, like you said,
Yeah.
and just sign him undrafted for that sole reason. And
He's
then
not good.
once they get LeBron there, cut him, send him down to the G League. He's already under contract. That's what I would do if
Yeah,
I
and
was a
then
GM.
what's LeBron gonna do then?
He's stuck.
Yeah, you're stuck. That's the best move.
That's what I would do.
You just solved it.
That's what I would do. All right, now we'll get into our first segment of the day, Dudes Rock. All right, we are back, and now we'll start first segment that I'm very excited for. It's going to be Dudes Rock of the Week.
Mild. You know, you know what they call mild, right?
No, I don't.
Man, I love dudes.
Wow, I am mild. And this segment's also mild because me and Harrison are going to get into, we're going to each bring one example of something that like we thought personifies how much dudes rock. So I'll let Harrison start it off.
And my dudes rock. Kyle, it's the week of April Fools.
It is.
I wanted to bring some light to this. It's a holiday that should be recognized around the entire world. I love it. So I did some research trying to find um, the best April Fool's Day prank of all time for a total dudes rock moment. And what I found, um, are you familiar with Thomas Edison?
I am, yes.
Light bulb
Light bulb.
inventor. Lots of inventions. Thomas Edison, good dude, probably did a lot for the world. So a lot of people obviously look at him like he's a current day, like Elon Musk, I guess is how they viewed him. Just a pure inventor, uh, can do anything. And his April Fool's Day prank on this crisp April 1st night many years ago was he announced to the country, hey guys, I just invented something um, that allows you to take dirt and put it in my machine. And what my machine will do is turn this dirt into edible food, cereal, more specifically.
I would
Uh,
use this invention.
yes. And so obviously, if Elon Musk said this today, I'd be like, that's real.
Yeah, I believe it.
I believe it, and that's what everybody did. This took the world by storm. They're like, wow, we just ended world hunger. Shout out Thomas. And then April 2nd comes along, and Thomas says, April Fool's dorks. Obviously, this isn't real. You're idiots. And I thought that was great. Just a total dudes rock moment.
I didn't even know they had April Fools like was a holiday that long ago.
You didn't either.
Did he invent that?
Or
Was this the first ever April Fools?
is Thomas Edison?
Did they all come with dirt
I
to
don't
say April Fools? And they're like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Every 1st of April."
I think Thomas Edison had to have started April Fools.
All right, you research that. I'll go to mine and you research if he started April Fools. So, my dude's rock of the week is the legend kind of I'd say of March Madness right now. First it was Jack Goki, now DJ Burns and his glorious spin move. Hosted a meet and greet the other day around NC State at an Applebee's. And if you've seen the video, it was a packed house. Everybody coming in there for the half off apps and to see the GOAT, DJ Burns. So that was kind of I just loved it. I
If
loved
you give
it.
me DJ Burns
Yep.
and an Applebee's, half price apps, $3 marks, it might be the best day of
Doesn't that just sound awesome?
my life.
We throw some Creed on the touch tunes. Just you and all your boys. DJ Burns sitting at the head of the table.
And we fancy like.
Every fancy like just ordering up the food and drinks. Gosh, I got chills.
Dude,
Chills thinking about it right now.
my,
Dudes rock.
my. Man, I loved it.
Man, I love dudes.
April Fools. Some historians suggest that April Fools originated because in the Middle Ages, New Year's
Wow.
Day was celebrated on 25th of March in most European towns, with a holiday that in some areas of France specifically ended on the 1st of April. And those who celebrated New Year's Eve on the 1st of January made fun of those who celebrated on other dates by the invention of April Fool's Day. Did that make any sense to you?
Wow. I mean,
So
you get sports, you get history, you get everything on UTAP podcast. I did not know that.
So it was around for Thomas.
It was around. I was surprised it was like 1900s.
Yeah.
Little did I know. We've been going at it since the Middle Ages.
So he didn't start it, but he's the one who probably made April Fool's Day whatever.
I'm going to give him credit.
Yeah. You know
I'm
what?
not going to trust that. It was on the internet. I'm going to give him credit.
Thomas, you started April
You
Fool's
started
Day.
April Fool's Day.
Congrats.
All right. So now we're going to send it over to me, who asked one question to a guy on the street.
All right, here we have one question with the strangers. My man Cole. Cole, whose career would you rather have, Russell Westbrook or Patrick McCall?
It's a tough question, but McCall has the 3 chips, with 3 or 4 chips. But Russell Westbrook has all the triple doubles. I'd just say Russell Westbrook. This is
Good pick.
triple double.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, we're back. Cole, I disagree with you, but I respect your answer. I respect your answer. So now, this is going to be our NBA trivia game. So, here's what's going to happen. Each week, we're going to come with a random NBA trivia because, NBA season's going on right now. I'm going to start asking Harrison a question, and then next week, he's going to bring a trivia question to me. It's going to be a top 5 of something. This week, it's the top 5 players who called for the most traveling violations last year.
I think before we get into this, if this is competition based,
It is.
we need a killer punishment, I think, right?
I agree 100%.
Okay. Do we have an idea of this? Or is this something to keep in the back burner? Think on it till next week.
I say we post on Twitter. We
Okay.
give 4 options to the listeners, to the
Okay.
readers of the blog, and let them choose what the punishment should be
I
for
enjoy
us. So
that.
you guys will get to choose what you think we should do
That's
for the
huge.
loser of this. But as I said before, it's going to be he's going to have a chance to guess the top 5 players. He gets 3 strikes. Every strike he gets, I will give him a hint on the next player. So, and every one he gets out of 5, the most, he gets a point for each one. Once he gets the 3 strikes, he's done. We'll keep a tally on the points going throughout the year. And at the end of the year, whoever has the most points will be winner, and the loser will have to do a punishment as chosen by the great listeners of the UTAP podcast. Harrison, are you ready?
I believe so.
All right. So now we'll start. Can you guess the top 5 players who were called for traveling the most last NBA season?
So this is not the season we have.
This is not the current season. This is last season.
Side note: if it was the season, my number one guess would be Jordan.
I think that'd be a good guess.
But this is a year before.
This is
He
last
was
year.
on the Warriors. He wasn't getting as much PT. I do not think I'm going to use him as one of my guesses here.
No. I'm going to give you a hint right off the bat. These are all very well-known players. So
Okay. So
it's a freebie.
this, I think, what I'm going to think of is guys who I don't even know. I think I'm just going to think of guys who attack
Okay.
or have the ball a lot,
Mhm.
and just hope that that just means they have more opportunities to shuffle their feet a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to start this off with I think it was the highest current usage percentage.
And let me get in front of you. Harrison should be good at this because I've seen Harrison be called for a record 9 travels in
It's
one
true.
rec league basketball game.
It was bad. Well, this is the thing. I'm a speedy guy on the court.
The feet like to move before the ball.
Feet just move before the ball.
He's too fast for his own good at points.
That was a lot of travels. That was one of the lowest points in my life. I did cry after the game.
Yep, that was tough.
I did almost single-handedly lose the game, but we won in overtime.
We won, so it didn't matter. It didn't matter. It was something we laugh about.
Right. So I do have a soft spot for travelers. My first guess, as I said, I'm going to go with the guy who I think had the highest usage percentage in the league last year. I'm going to take Luka Doncic.
That is incorrect. That is 1 strike. So now for the number 1 overall, I will give you a hint.
Okay.
He is in the Eastern Conference.
Okay. I think I'm going to stick with my strategy.
Okay.
And I'm going to take Giannis.
Giannis is correct. Giannis,
Number 1.
Number 1.
Okay.
With 38 travels.
38.
38 travels.
Okay.
So now I'll keep the 1 hit going down
I would love it.
to help you. So the second guy is in the Western Conference.
A Western Conference man who enjoys taking too many steps.
Mm-hmm. Does not pivot well.
This is so just tough to even think of. These are all well known.
All well known. You know all these guys for sure. Might not think they're all travelers, but you know these guys' names.
So just thinking out loud, I don't want to say someone like Steph, because in my mind, he just doesn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't travel. I've never seen Steph travel. Maybe I don't watch enough ball. But I'm not going to say Steph. Draymond Green.
That is incorrect.
So
there are 2 strikes. There's 2 strikes. All right. Here's your second hint. He is.
Oh, wait. Never mind. Give me my.
Yeah, he's a point guard.
I don't know if this is with this, but I want to change one of my guesses to James Harden.
So you want that to be your last guess, or do you want to change?
I mean, if I could change my last guess.
Yeah, I don't. How about this?
If it could be my next guess,
How
that's
about
fine.
this? For the first annual, I'll give you 4 strikes.
You would do that?
I would do that for you.
All right.
Because James Harden's incorrect. James Harden is incorrect.
Okay.
All right. So this is your
So
third.
I got a point guard in the West.
Point guard in the West. This is your third hit.
Can I get the conference and position of the rest of the top 5?
We'll go down. I mean, you're gonna try and guess a second, and then I can go down for you. Because I think this hint will help.
Okay.
He was recently suspended for a large amount of time for off-court reasons.
So suspended for a lot of time. I'm totally blanking.
We can move to the third if you'd like.
Let me cook for a moment, because I know my NBA well, and I feel stupid because I should know. Let's move on. We'll circle back.
Number 3 on the list is in the Eastern Conference, is a point guard, and has been memed for a certain aspect of his game. Trying to see how I could say this without giving away from. I'll just say ball handling. Has been memed for his ball handling.
Okay, so I'm going to say Eastern Conference, you said?
Yep, Eastern Conference, shooting guard, point guard.
So in my mind, worst, hopefully ball handling, if you mean specifically just their left hand.
Possibly.
I'm going to guess Boston Celtics shooting guard, Jaylen Brown.
That's correct. That is correct. Harrison has 2 on the board. Well.
Don't let me get hot.
Don't let him get hot.
I cannot think for the life of me who is currently suspended.
I know there's people screaming at you right now.
I know, including myself.
Yeah. So we'll move down to number 4. Next wrong guess, you're out. But you have 2 points right now. So 4th, he is Eastern Conference. Same thing, shooting guard, point guard. He's a high flyer.
A high flyer shooting guard in the East.
Yep.
So when I think of high flyers in the East
Mm-hmm.
that are shooting guards,
Mm-hmm.
my mind goes to Zach LaVine. Does he travel? I think he does have the ball a lot. But do I want to say? I gotta think of the suspended one.
Clock's ticking. I'm going to need a final answer, sir.
Zach LaVine.
Zach LaVine is correct. Number 4. So you have 3 of them.
Don't let me
So
get
now
hot.
we'll be on number 5. He is power forward, small forward, probably more power forward, I'd say.
Okay.
He's in the East, and he started his career with the Los Angeles Lakers, but he's on a different team now.
In the East.
Obviously, yes, in the East.
So I think I know exactly who this is based on these given clues. And I imagine him being quite the traveling man, as he believes he is a point guard, especially last season. But I'm going to go with Julius Randle.
That is incorrect. It was Kyle Kuzma.
Oh,
Do you want to know who the second one was? The person that was suspended for off-court
gang.
Ja Morant. Ja Morant was called for 31 travels last year. Jaylen Brown, 28. Zach LaVine, 26. Kyle Kuzma, 25. So you got 3 points.
I got 3.
You got 3 points. Not bad.
It's respectable.
It's respectable. We'll keep a tally of that.
Above half.
Above half. All right, Harrison. After that pretty good round, how about you take us into our next ad read?
I will do just that. Hey, United States of America listeners. This episode is brought to you by our friends at NASA. Do you like all things science technology related to air and space? NASA is the civil space program for you. Call NASA and tell them the United States of America fellas sent you, and they will send you on your first planet of your choosing, absolutely free of charge, as long as it's Mars. Thank you to our sponsor, NASA. All right, Kyle, let's finish the show off. We got MVP and LVP. You know, this is huge for lots of leagues everywhere, obviously. An MVP is like a big, once in a season thing, huge deal.
Huge.
And it's the same thing for us, except we're going to have one every single week.
But we will treasure each MVP and LVP. And we're going to keep a tally.
Yeah, and I think our MVPs are just as important as any other league MVP, if not more. So the tally will be going on, and you know they should keep it in Wikipedia and etc.
As well, we will start a Hall of Fame that will be the most prestigious and hardest Hall of Fame to get into.
That would be unreal.
And we'll have ceremonies as well.
All right, so a lot on the line. Let's get right into it with our MVP candidates before announcing the first ever United States of America MVP. We're both going to hit 2 of these. I'm going to start my first one with Chase Claypool. Now, we know Chase Claypool has been classified as ass, if you will, in the NFL.
Teams win more when they're not on his team.
It's actually unreal. But would you believe me if I told you he's now actually one of the top receivers in the league?
Really?
And that's because
Who is he paired with?
he's currently in the Canadian Football League.
Oh, the best of all leagues, some say.
Some would. So Chase Claypool to the moon, buy stock, Canada exclusive.
The CFL is on the come up.
It is.
It is.
All right. Candidate number 2.
All right. My MVP candidate, my first one, is Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh is a great guy. I love his takes. I love his mannerisms. I think he's hilarious. But the real reason he's MVP is because of the absolute chess in his first year. Well, he's been an NFL head coach before, but his first year with the Chargers playing chess with this J.J. McCarthy hype. He is hyping up J.J. McCarthy like you wouldn't believe, tricking these teams
Tricking.
into trading up for a Buns quarterback so that good players, probably Marvin Harrison Jr., to pair with Justin Herbert, falls to him. It's absolute genius. It's somehow working. I see a report every day about a team who's going to make a move up to get him. And honestly, I know the Chargers in the AFC, but I hope it works out for him because it has been absolute mind games and just classic Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, this has actually been blowing my mind. I think what like this reminds me, I think of like the Zach Wilson type deal. He is having a very good like combine, all that like his numbers and everything, and it's definitely skyrocketing his numbers. This definitely helps with JJ or with Jim. Um, but I just don't see it. I don't see it happening.
But at least Zach Wilson, you knew he was, going to be a first round.
Yeah,
This guy is like JJ McCarthy. If you watch him
from the
play,
clouds.
he is the most like day two, second, third, fourth round guy getting picked I've ever seen in my life, and somehow he is
Going to be number 4.
going to be number 4. It blows me away.
The Vikings going to trade up.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did. If they trade up, I hope. Hope. They should get someone else. I think they're going to trade up, but they might take someone else. If they take JJ McCarthy, then they are played like a fiddle.
I want Josh Thomas back in Minnesota.
Me too. The pasture not.
That's true. Okay, candidate number 3. This is legendary. Wilt-like numbers, if you will. But in the NBA, Nick Richards of the Charlotte Hornets, did you even know he was starting for them? He's currently leading the league in goaltends by, I think he is double digits more than anybody else. Wide margin?
Wide margin.
Do we know the exact number?
I believe it was 23.
That's fantastic. Nick Richards, Wilt-like numbers.
Unbelievable.
Greatest player of all time.
Greatest goaltender, rim protector, physical tone setter of all time.
Nobody's even close to Nick Richards.
I don't care if they put 2 points on. If you get your shot sent, it's going to mess with you.
It will.
And a lot of these NBA shooters, they just got to see one go in.
Yep.
And he does not let it happen.
I think Nick Richards owns more real estate in the minds of his opponents than any other player in NBA history.
I think this should just be his thing.
Should be the goaltend guy.
He should just stand under the basket, and if someone shoots a 3 and he can see that's probably going to go in, just swipe it.
Yeah.
Okay.
In their heads.
That was going to be 3 anyway. I'm not letting you see one go in.
I think it's the ultimate mind game.
I agree 100%.
Nick Richards, candidate number 3.
My 4th candidate is just the whole University of James Madison University. They have just been on a sports tear that will probably not be rivaled for a long time. Their football team was amazing, was ranked for a little while. They were not even eligible for bowls because I think there was a conference realignment or something like that. But their football team dominated, was ranked this year. Their basketball team won 31, 32 games, upset a team in the first round.
Yes, they did.
At the NCAA tournament. Unfortunately lost to Duke, but good thing DJ Burns had our back. But now, even dodgeball. I saw this on Twitter. They just won a dodgeball classic against several large schools, and just blew me away. And right when I saw that, I was like, wow, they are really dominating all sports. So, and even the sports that matter, like dodgeball.
How many dodgeball championships, like NCAA dodgeball championships, do you think would be equivalent to March Madness championship? Like, at what point do you say, I would rather have this many dodgeball championships?
Probably equal, 1.
Yeah.
If someone says like, "Oh, our team won a national championship," you're like, "Cool." If you go up to someone, you're like, "Dude, our team just won the
dodgeball
dodgeball."
championship.
Aren't you just not like, "That's awesome. That rocks."
It needs more coverage.
It does need more coverage. I would watch. I would watch the championship NCAA
All right.
dodgeball match.
These are phenomenal candidates. Um, but Kyle, I gotta say, I think this was pretty obvious.
I think I got my pick too.
Okay. You
You
want to say them on three?
On three.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Nick
Nick
Richards.
Richards. Yes. Congratulations, Nick.
You are MVP. We'll send you your trophy in the mail. Just have your people reach out to our people. We will need your mailing address.
Yeah. Yeah, just send us a picture back and simple speech. We'll include it in the
that'd be
next
great.
episode.
You need to accept it.
And we'll hang ya.
Also, open invite to just come meet us and be on the pod.
Open invite to meet. Come be on the pod. Come see the headquarters. UTAP HQ1. We'd love to have you by. We'd love to show you around. So
congratulations, Nick Richards.
Congratulations, Nick Richards. The first ever UTAP MVP.
Moving on. A much lesser award. We actually have the LVP, or least valuable player, as some would say.
These guys are at a tough stretch.
Tough stretch.
Yeah.
So same deal. We each brought two candidates, and we'll have an overall loser, who will also, be on a running list that we'll be able to track. You do not want to be on this list because we are making fun of you.
Yes. My first is going to be Dan Orlovsky. I'm sure some of you saw this video. If not, we'll include it in. But he had a legendary mishap on the Pat McAfee show that was pretty hilarious. Now, I'm leaving it up to the viewers. I have my opinion.
Video's right here.
And I believe it was a windshield wiper, but man, did it sound like an absolute cheeky ripper fart that he just ripped on live television.
I think Dan Orlovsky.
It was definitely needing changed if it was. I'm on Team Windshield Wiper. He did not change his facial expression. It is tough to rip something like that and not even change your facial expression. So Team Windshield Wiper, stand up, hand up in the air. Harrison will lead Team Fart.
Team Fart.
Yeah.
I think in Team Poop. I think it's more.
Could be. Dan Orlovsky, come clean. But yes, I'm on Team Windshield.
Right. Moving on. My first candidate for LVP is LeVar Ball. I used to love LeVar. I don't know about you.
I was very close to buying some Triple B merch back in the day.
If they were $9,000, I would.
He just reminds me of 2016, the greatest year ever.
Yeah.
Like just easier times.
Ball in the family.
Simpler times.
But now LeVar Ball is being a whack job. He's been kind of out of the media for a while now, but he just came out. I guess there may have been a falling out between him and his children to some degree in the past, where they aren't with Big Baller Brand anymore. Obviously, I think Puma for LaMelo. I'm not sure where Lonzo is, but it's not the Triple Bs.
No.
And now the part of this that makes him the LVP is I think it's obvious his sons are quite riddled with injuries, usually all of the time. And LeVar came out with a quote saying, basically, it's their fault. This would never happen if they would just wear Big Baller Brand shoes. It's just a lame move, if you ask me.
It hurts. He's trying to stay relevant, but it hurts really for me because, I modeled my game after LiAngelo. The least talked about Ball brothers. We play very similar, just 3-level, as I said before, scores.
Who's their fraudulent, half brother? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He wasn't a full brother, but I think he was the center for the Chino Hills teams. And I think he went to college somewhere and played.
Yeah, there's centers in the NBA somewhere.
That's my favorite Ball brother.
Yeah, he's a good one. Not talked about, but definitely underrated.
Yes.
All right, moving on. My other LVP is Jared McCain, the basketball player for Duke University. Who is very active on TikTok. He's a Caleb Williams type. Boasts about painting his nails, which I'm not here to talk about that. I have no real opinions on that. What I'm up for LVP is he got memed very hard by DJ Burns. If anybody haven't seen this, look on DJ Burns' social media. He posted a video of Jared McCain falling for a pump fake, and then it's stitched with a video of him on TikTok telling him dancing with his body as it's flying through the air. So it's pretty funny, made me laugh, but definitely a big L for him. You lose the game, but even worse than losing a game is getting beat after. So
Yeah, that's actually a very rough one. Going on to our final candidate. This one kind of hurts my heart to say, Kyle. But my candidate for least valuable player is actually Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Ever heard of him?
I have Lou Alcindor,
Lou Alcindor.
formerly Lou Alcindor.
Yes. And the reason he's unfortunately making my LVP list today is because some would say he's fraudulent.
How so?
So we all know for the longest of times he was the leading scorer in NBA history.
Great play.
Huge.
19-time All-Star.
What an accomplishment.
Yep.
LeBron James obviously would go on to pass him
Yeah.
as the leading scorer in basketball. But what I did not know until quite recently is LeBron was not the leading scorer in all of basketball until just this week. He was actually just the leading scorer in the NBA. But in the Brazilian basketball, Oscar Schmidt has more career points than Kareem, Kobe, Karl Malone, MJ, all of them, even LeBron, until this week LeBron finally passed him. But nobody talks about Oscar Schmidt.
That is unbelievable.
He was the leading scorer in all of basketball, not the NBA, all of basketball until just now. LeBron finally passed him, the true GOAT.
This is the classic media keeping what's really important from us. How have I never heard of Oscar Schmidt?
Oscar Schmidt.
He's a legend.
Build a statue.
Build a statue. How many games do they play in a Brazilian
I know, I tried
league too?
to look into it, and it looks like he averaged in 1988.
Oh, okay.
He averaged 42 points a game.
Oh my goodness.
And he played a while. They were all of his averages are 30 plus, it appears. So this is insane. LeBron, I think, is also gets a tad of fraudulency in this.
I agree.
We've been calling him the best scorer of all time, and he simply hasn't been. And now it's too late.
Oscar Schmidt is my GOAT.
My GOAT.
From now on.
Oscar Schmidt. We also send you an open invite.
Open invite. We'd love to have you on. Love to talk about your obviously illustrious career. I want to learn more.
I want to know more.
I want to know more. So
there's not a lot on this guy on YouTube, on Google. I need to see. I need to know. I need to live more.
So right now we have open invites to Oscar Schmidt, Nick Richards, and Caitlin Clark. So
that'd be a killer episode.
That'd be a great episode. We probably have to break it up, but yeah. I mean, what murder's a lineup that could be. Right. So I think I have my candidate as well for LVP. Okay. You want to just go on three again?
Three again. One,
right. 2, 3.
Dak.
Yep. Okay. We agree on that as well.
Poop.
Team windshield wiper. Stand up.
Team get behind me.
Yeah, that's just very unfortunate on live television.
First ever LVP.
First ever LVP, Dan Orlovsky. Hopefully
Sorry,
you can. Hopefully you can make your way to MVP.
Beat it up.
At some point this season, but probably won't. But we wish you the best.
Okay. Moving on, we have a huge announcement for our lovely listeners. Kyle, we actually have a giveaway.
Wow.
A giveaway.
Wow, what an opportunity.
And yes, this would help us, but this is more to help the followers. We want to give things to you.
We love you guys.
So to enter the giveaway, to start it off, you just have to follow a quick few first steps. Just follow me and Kyle on every platform, Instagram, Twitter, and then comment on every post we have ever. And you also have to tag 10 friends in each of those posts. And then also create your own post, tagging at least 10 friends, telling them all to like, comment the post you ever made. Until 10 people have done that. That will grant you one entry and a chance to win our giveaway prize? Have we decided our giveaway prize?
I think we're gonna go with you see we got our great mascot behind us, Uncle Sam, pointing at us right now. And that could be yours on a t-shirt.
Or what if we just do like a freaking like PS5?
All right, a PS5.
You know what? We'll sign it.
All right, a signed
Signed
PS5
PS5
with the
meeting
new
time
NCAA football
with the new NCAA football.
included, also signed by us.
Kyle and Harrison autograph. PS5.
Yep.
It's that simple. Follow us on every platform, like, comment on every post ever made, tag 10 friends, make a post. They have to follow, do all the same rules. Once they have 10 people who've done it, that counts as one entry.
Into a drawing, and yeah, PS5 signed by us.
An eventual drawing.
Eventual drawing.
There's no telling when this will be.
So we hope to hear from a lot of you guys, and hope to see a lot of those comments.
Okay. Let's close it out.
All right, let's close it out. Thank you guys for listening or watching to the first ever UTAP podcast. We really appreciate all those who listen. We love you guys' support. And we hope to bring you guys several more of these episodes. And we hope we could give you guys a little update on current sports, a little laugh. And yeah, we love all you guys. Thank you for listening.
I love you.